guys, what is up? It's Cam. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and welcome back if you are returning. Thank you for coming to join the hangout session, period. So if you don't already know, hi, my name's Cam, and I make commentary videos, so if that sounds interesting to you, come join the hangout session every time I post, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell right next to it so you never miss another one of my videos. Also, if you want to keep up with me outside of YouTube, you can follow me on all of my social media. Everything will be linked on the screen and down below. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be doing unpopular opinions, which is something that I've not done in quite a long time, so I'm really excited to go ahead and get started. All right, so the first unpopular opinion that I have, which I feel like is something that not a lot of people talk about, but it's the fact that wholesale culture has you guys in a chokehold. And by that I mean, I feel like everybody nowadays is trying to be a CEO, a small business owner, this and that, trying to chase the bag, trying to get to their coin and all of that, when it's like not everybody has the capacity to be doing all that. And not only are you just promoting, or we just promoting extreme burnout, but we're promoting that you should have to grind and hustle 24/7 and not do anything to take care of yourself in order to be successful in life, which is absolutely not true. Some women say that they don't believe in marriage, or they think it's outdated, when really it's just that they can't cope with the fact that the men that they involve themselves with and the men they deal with are not mature, responsible enough to commit to them, and also the fact of they've probably accepted single motherhood as the norm in order to save themselves from the disappointment of their reality or their situation. All right, so cancel culture only really works on Black people, and the one example that I'm going to use here is between Billie Eilish and DaBaby. So as we all know, DaBaby was recently involved in a scandal because of some things that he was saying, and one thing I will say about it is the fact that Billie Eilish has been in a similar situation where she has harmed the same community as DaBaby has, and DaBaby got dropped from a lot of like brand deals and lost a lot of support from a lot of companies, but Billie Eilish literally is probably still one of the biggest female artists of right now, and she literally just dropped an album and people are still going hard for her. So you can really see how there's like a double standard between certain artists when it comes to being problematic and doing certain things in the industry, and a lot of the times it's because they're Alright, so I just want to be the first person to say that mumble rap is bad, and the people who participate in it are only popular because it's literally so trendy right now. And just for your information, this is a direct shot at Coil Ray and Doja Cat. I have seen so many people on the internet calling out non-Black people for doing things like blackface and blackfishing, but that concept seems to suddenly up and disappear when it comes to their faves. Like, you know, I'm all for having a nice cute little tan, but isn't it a little excessive when you end up being 20 shades darker than your normal skin color? And yes, I am talking to you, Miss Ariana. All right, so getting plastic surgery is not a form of self-love. Now, I know, of course, I'm not hating on anybody that gets plastic surgery, and I think there are some cases where you get it and it can be okay and it's not necessarily trying to conform, but most of the time when people get plastic surgery, a lot of the times, especially nowadays, it's young girls who are getting it in order to conform to society's beauty standards of today, which are going to change literally probably in the next 5 years. I have an entire video about it. It's my video about the BBL epidemic, and I also talk about it a little bit in my social media is toxic waste beauty standards thing. I'll link both videos in the description and up in the cards, wherever that is. Plastic surgery is not self-love, it's not women empowerment, it's not anything of that nature. It is literally just you being insecure and trying to make yourself look like the beauty standards that are popular right now in today's society, created mostly by the people on social media. And not to mention that you are putting yourself at great risk when you go through and get these certain procedures, especially considering the fact that a lot of them can be dangerous and or have long-term side effects that you may not know about, i.e. the BBL. We also need to talk about how practically every girl or woman that is in the mainstream media right now is very hypersexualized, and it's a huge problem because people are considering this women empowerment when it's literally not. Like, can we not just agree that artists like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are retaining such massive amounts of viewership because of sheer shock factor? Like, shaking ass in front of the camera or on live TV is not the act of feminism or women empowerment that y'all think it is. It's actually just embarrassing. I think that thrifting has gotten completely, absolutely out of hand. On one side, it's really good to recycle clothes so that you can reduce the amount of waste that you're putting into the environment because, you know, climate change or whatever. But also you have to think about the fact that the popularity of thrifting has made it to where a lot of the prices at these thrift stores, especially major thrift store companies, have become so high that the people that actually actually need secondhand clothing aren't even able to afford it because now the prices are almost just as expensive as things that are brand new. I think people that are obsessed with criminals like murderers, stalkers, and things like that are highly disturbed. A lot of the times, especially on social media, I see them making excuses for these people's crimes and saying things like, oh yeah, I would let them commit XYZ against me, like, baby, no. And it's purely based off of the fact that these people are considered to be like hot or attractive. Truly sick in the head. Y'all, I honestly think that Lizzo is doing too much. Now, put your pitchforks down. I will say that I don't feel any which way about Lizzo. However, I will say this much. You can't promote yourself as one thing on the internet or as an artist and then get upset when people coin you or pin you as that thing that you've been promoting yourself as all along. Like, every now and then it's cool to switch it up a little bit, but like, if you truly don't care about what other people think about you, then just keep it moving when people start talking out the side of their necks. I feel like this new promotion of like super femininity is starting to get really toxic. Like, the obsession with Harvey is a little bit strange, especially considering the fact that femininity does not fit into one singular type of box, and not everybody has to be a man-eater in order to be considered feminine. Not everybody has to appeal to male gaze. Not everybody has to attract a high-value man. Like, a lot of the times when we're talking about femininity, we're always bringing up men. We're always bringing up the do's and don'ts of how to be feminine and what it means to be feminine, when really it's not just one thing or a few separate things that make you feminine. It's a combination of a lot of different things. And I think it's good to promote like good hygiene and self-esteem and taking care of yourself when you really need to and stuff like that. But ultimately, I think that the formulas that we're trying to use to describe femininity are not going to work for everybody. Oh my gosh, just because somebody is on the internet talking about their faith does not mean they're trying to shove it down your throat. Please get over yourself. Too many people get butthurt when people start talking about what they believe in, especially if it's anything like Christianity or some sort of biblical beliefs. And it's almost like they feel personally attacked. Like, if you don't believe it, just shrug and move on because it doesn't pertain to you. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. It's like with China and McClain and how she talks a lot about her faith on her platforms. A lot of people come for her and a lot of people like to drag her without even listening to the message that she has to say first. And it's like, clearly your demons have been rubbed the wrong way. Honestly, YouTube is low-key just as bad as TikTok whenever it comes to Black creators and handling racist algorithms and things like that. But literally no one ever talks about it. Or at least it's not talked about as much as it is when it comes to TikTok. Because YouTube does the same thing and allows the same types of content to be played over and over again as long as it can make them money. And they allow people to do all types of outrageous things and inappropriate things, but when it comes to you being any types of truth, or when it comes to you speaking your opinion, or when it comes to you even using like 2.2 seconds of a copyrighted song, like here they come clocking you to demonetize you, and I'm tired of it, I'm sick of it, and I feel like we should talk about it more. Y'all, trauma bonding is weird. I don't know why I keep seeing so many people on the internet bonding over having the same type of trauma or experiencing the same type of abuse, but I'm just here to tell you, it's cool and all to bond over similarities and commonalities, but when it comes to trauma, I'm gonna need you guys to go and seek therapy. Most people on the internet have no idea how to form their own opinions because they rely so heavily on mob mentality in order to be socially accepted, and I feel like this is a big part and a big danger in commentary channels, because a lot of the times whoever you follow, like, you just automatically leech on to their opinion and whatever they have to say instead of going and doing your own research or going and forming your own opinion on a subject matter. Because a lot of the times it's very unpopular to go against the grain and to go against the norm and what everybody else thinks to be what's right at the time. And this is a little bit of a PSA, but if you are a minor posting pictures of yourself half naked or twerking on camera, you are not sexually liberated. You are exploiting yourself. People on the internet are too entitled. That celebrity or that influencer does not owe you a dang thing. They do not owe you a response to your DM. They do not owe you an ounce of their personal lives. Like, they don't have to tell you anything. They don't have to do nothing for you. Really, they don't have to do anything aside from their jobs, which is to post content on the internet. So for the fact that people really feel like they have an entitlement over people's lives when they don't, just because they support them, is very odd and disturbing. Girl, not everybody is meant to be an influencer or a content creator. Just because you got a phone, a ring light, and a computer does not mean you are cut out to be an influencer or a content creator, because you really have to be built different. And I think that's something that a lot of people do not understand. It's really hard out here for a pimp trying to make content. You gotta deal with a lot of stuff, and a lot of people think they can just blow up super quick on the internet and make a lot of money when that is simply not the case. Honestly, honestly, I'm starting to hate the term person of color because I feel like it just lumps everybody into one category when we're not all in one category. Like being black is not being Latinx. Like being Asian is not being native. Like I don't understand what we're not understanding here. And the fact that people love to refer to a certain group and then they say person of color, like no, just call me black. Like I feel like people are getting really comfortable using person of color instead of actually calling it for what it is, instead of actually addressing what it is, because it's easier to do that nowadays. The body positivity movement is often very hypocritical and unhealthy, and I'm gonna leave it at that because if I go any further into it, I'm gonna make a lot of y'all real mad. And my last unpopular opinion, pretty privilege is one of the biggest privileges that you can have in today's society, especially over here in the western part of the world. And if you have any other privilege outside of that, just consider it as a bonus. All right guys, so that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any unpopular opinions, go ahead and comment them down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you've made it to this point in the video, go ahead and comment this emoji. That way I'll know you made it all the way to the end and you'll literally be my favorite person forever and ever and ever. Also, if you watch all the way through and you haven't already subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? Join the crew. Come back to hang out with me by clicking that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it so you never miss another one of my uploads, period. And you can follow me on all of my social media too. Everything will be linked on the screen and down below. I've got TikTok, I've got Instagram, I've got a spam account. I've literally got it all at this point. So feel free to go enjoy yourselves over there as well. And yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye.